Putin just got done visiting Kim Jong-un in North Korea the other day, and today we're learning that South Korea is now announcing it will consider to start sending weapons to Ukraine after Russia signed the comprehensive security agreement with North Korea, including mutual defense, and that this announcement was made by the National Security Advisor in South Korea. And this is actually a huge move, unprecedented actually, because there's currently a ban in place in South Korea, which does not allow the government to send weapons directly to Ukraine, and that now as a result of Putin going to North Korea and starting a whole situation with basically the new mutual defense pact, now South Korea is getting very upset and angry, and they're saying they're going to reconsider that weapon shipments to Ukraine and also the repealing of that ban. And this is potentially very good news for Ukraine because South Korea is a major arms manufacturer, and that those weapons that they're making could be a very big help to Ukraine fighting the war against Russia. And I think even Putin knows that, and it's also causing some rifts between Putin and also the South Koreans. And in our next post here, in preparation for that rift, we have a post from Nexta that says the U.S. has now moved nuclear bombers closer to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, aka North Korea, after Putin's visit. And it says the United States has increased the presence of strategic forces in the Asian region after Putin got done visiting Kim Jong-un, and a group of B-1B Lancer nuclear bombers has been sent to the Guam Air Base in the Western Pacific Ocean, which is the U.S. military's Indo-Pacific Command, said Thursday. And also, as Stars and Stripes writes, almost simultaneously, the U.S. Navy's nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, the USS Ronald Reagan, and also the missile destroyer USS Robert Smalls arrived in Guam for the first time in almost 2 years. So I think what this indicates to me, in my opinion, in my analysis, I would say this indicates that Putin is trying to start something between North and South Korea. And by Putin going to North Korea and signing that defensive pact, he has created a rift between South Korea and North Korea. And now we're in a catch-22 because Putin has signed a mutual defense pact, which means that if North Korea begins having a problem with South Korea, Russia is now obligated to send arms and also military aid to North Korea to help defeat South Korea. So this is actually turning into a very nasty situation that could break out in an unfortunate circumstance. And I think that's probably the reason why the U.S. is now deploying these nuclear bombers and also nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, is because we see the potential for this to break out into a bad conflict between the North and the South. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see. But moving on to our next post here, this one goes to Insider Paper, and we're also hearing, sort of backing up that fear that something could break out between the North and the South. Putin is now saying that he does not rule out sending weapons to North Korea even before any conflicts break out. So it sounds like Russia might be trying to arm North Korea to start a conflict even before it breaks out. So that is also fueling the fears that Putin is trying to set up a distraction to distract the West from the Ukraine conflict and redirect their attention to the Asian region.